ones and then some bad ones. Once you find them bad ones, leave them over there where they are. But you got some good ones. And the good ones, they have to suffer for what you do because the bad ones try to take it out on them. A lot of people don't know that, but that's what it's called. That's how the Ku Klux Klan came into being. They frightened people into different things. But the morning news stopped them from that when they started doing the same thing the white people are doing now. And that's what they should do now, but they don't do it. I got 7 children, got 6 of them as college graduates. Sent every one of them to school, never took a dime from nobody. Walked down the street with my paper, people laughed at me. Asked anybody over there, almost folks over there know me, asked them. Laughed at me. Some of them laughed at me. I didn't pay them no attention because you know one thing? I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I had a family support, and that's the way I don't support, and that's what I done. 60 years. Didn't have money sometimes. Didn't steal nothing from nobody. Went and borrowed and paid it back. Give an example what I'm talking about. Was riding down Oakland Avenue, which is Malcolm X, and I needed $60 better than a dead man needing a car. Didn't know, going somewhere to try to get it. A fella bumped into the back of the old raggedy Chevrolet I had, and I pulled over. I got angry at him. What you bumped into my car for? You know what that man gave me? He gave me $660 in $1 bill. Said, you've been trying to ask God on the truth. You never know what you're going to get when you treat people right.
That's
see,
right.
A lot of times you see people, they do things to try to get along. I don't do nothing to make nobody to get along with me. I do things to make people to respect me. Of course, I'm going to respect you. You don't have to respect me if you don't want to. One time, after I find out you won't do that, I'm gone. Never be back no more. And that's what you have to do. Now I'm going to take about 5 more minutes and talk about this baseball, and then I'm going to let y'all go. You see, Goose Tatum on that, Goose Tatum was my roommate. Give you an example of what I was just talking about, how people take things to promote. You hear them talk about metal lock him and all the curly needle and all that. He's the man that invented all of that. They never give him credit for none of that. But, you know, Goose was a baseball player. He wasn't no basketball player. He learned to play baseball for that. Basketball, a man named Winfield West, who was my manager, saw him in Burnham, Alabama. He was standing on the corner. He said, I'm going to get him and put him to the Globetrotter. And that's what he did. But you got so much of that. You got so many Negroes that didn't bypass. Back in 2000, I was up to, you know, I'm on the board up there to that Black Museum, Negro Baseball Museum. I'm on the board of that. We was up there, they had over 200 and some of us that was left of age. So I was a baby at that time. In 2000, I was a baby on the ground. All of them dead and gone, about 40, 50. I'm one of the last ones there. But people can say what they want to about the Negro playing baseball. They didn't get the one that could play because they got them when they were too old. The ball players they got about 7 of them that was in their 20s, like Ernie Banks, Willie Mays, and some more. That man Piper Davis, the play ball anybody never got a chance. Ball from Red Sox ball, but they never used him. Of course, they put him out there, they couldn't take him. They wouldn't able to get him off the field. You hear him talk about Satchel. Satchel was a great pitcher. Wasn't no good under that. You could throw through the net on that wall there. But you had 4 more there. They had a boy named Hilton Smith who from here in Texas was in the Hall of Fame. There was no difference in Satchel and Hilton. The only difference in Satchel and Hilton, Hilton was bright and Satchel was dark. Give you an example of what I'm talking about. They'd be playing and people say, well, if you're going to get you some runs, you better get them off the Satchel because you better get them off the Hilton because you won't get them off the Satchel. We just turn it all the way around. When they take Satchel out and put Hilton there, it was worse. But they never promoted him like they did the rest of them. Lots of y'all don't know that night baseball, you see night baseball and football and all this stuff, you know where it comes from? It comes from the Negro League. That's where it comes from. They started playing baseball at night. White folks didn't want to do it. Cincinnati Reds took it 4 years later, and look what it done from. That's another thing that we invented. Don't get credit. You hear the ball players get $1 million a year to play. I mean $375 a month, $2 a day to eat on. They get $90 a day to eat on now. You can't eat up $90 worth of food. Can you hear him complain all the time? You hear him complain all the time about the. We home field advantage, talking about playing at home. We never played at home. We play here today and yonder tomorrow, 40, 50 miles away, riding on the back of a bus. I've been all over this country doing that. Had a wonderful experience, didn't miss nothing, because the same things these ball players do now, we did again, because our people respected us for what we've done. They grab them now, these football players and things come to town now. The big people, they promote them and get them away from their people till they use them up. And when they use them up, they come back over where you are, where you don't know nothing about. I just want to let you know that you need to take time to read. You need to take time to ask questions about things. Just like they were talking about Oprah Winfrey and her granddad and them. You got some people that done the same thing. All you have to do is just go and ask somebody to find some genealogists and go find out about it. And furthermore, you can find out more about it by asking your people in your family. That's where it starts at. Ask the people in your family. The oldest member of your family can always take you back. Give you an example of what I'm talking about. I keep saying that because I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. I played with a boy named Charles McDonald. Lived right around the corner from me. This nigga just good, man. Charles and I went to school together from the 2nd grade on through high school. I was over at my grandmother's house one day and she asked me, she said, brother, you know any McDonald's in Dallas? I said, yeah, right around the corner from you. Charles McDonald? I said, yeah. He said, that's your uncle's sister's boy. Him and my mother was first cousin, lived around the corner here 20 years, didn't know. That's how you find the people out. And don't say you're not going to kill us about the culture. You have to ask people. You have to research and ask what you need. Getting back to that baseball. Anybody got a question on that in the bottom now? I'll answer a few questions.
About baseball, you said?
Yeah.
I did.
Go ahead.
Who organized the teams, and how many teams did you have?
Well, there's a man named Calvert, Texas. Lou Foster is one organized Negro baseball in 1920. Sale YMCA in Kansas City. That's the place now where they're going to make Buck O'Neill educational center, right on 18th and he organized it with 8 teams. And it was pretty fluid until he took sick. But that comes from not having the right type of leader. He was the right leader for the crowd. You got to have somebody to follow. It was talking about baseball players just a while ago. About how ball players let me go back to what I'm trying to say. I want to get this right. I don't want to get it wrong. You see them now. They got all of these instructional schools. They got all of these places for these guys. Let me tell you how Negro used to find ball players. Now they used to find them. They ride into a town and say, Mr. Bates said, any ball players here? Oh, yes. I don't know that. You can play. Go around to 1,000 days. They didn't say he couldn't play, but this is what they'd do. They'd take him to the ballpark tonight. That's when you get off from work and line him up on the foul line. They're going to find out 3 things about him before he ever moves. Before he ever gets one of them $2, he's going to get to eat on him. Just make this good. He's going to find this out. It's the son, so I'm going to hit this ball in front of you. Catch it in the air or on the first hop, stop and throw. They find out 3 things about you right there. Can you run? Can you catch the ball? Or can you throw? Now they take them and sit them down, give them $1 million and sit them down and say, well, you'll be ready in 5 years. How do you know he's going to be ready in 5 years?